groundbreaking features. And some of those include natural and more fluid conversation, multimodal context. So now we can work with images. We can have live video. We can look at video and interpret that. It can interpret audio. So everything that we've been wanting to do before, where we said, hey, look at this video, or hey, am I breathing right? How am I breathing? All that stuff we can now do. And it's also come with quite a healthy size context window. So super excited for a bunch of the changes that they made on this one.
Yeah, that sounds really impressive. I've noticed that customization options can really make a difference in user experience. How do you see this impacting businesses?
Okay, great question. So for businesses, the customization options mean that they can fine tune the AI to match their brand's voice and style, and lending to a more personalized customer experience, but also it can draw on some of their knowledge inside the organization to help improve the overall interaction and customization of their style and feedback, but also knowledge to give that to their clients where appropriate.
Yes, that sounds great. Makes sense. Yeah. Let's delve into the comparison between ChatGPT-4 and ChatGPT-4o. What are the major differences that users should be aware of?
Okay, so some of the differences lie in the AI's robustness, precision, and accuracy. So 4o has undergone some extreme refinements in handling more complex tasks with greater efficiency. And its response time is faster. It can process larger data sets with more efficiency and effectiveness. And additionally, the accuracy in the understanding and generation of context relative to the question and prompting has been significantly enhanced.
All right, that makes sense. That was great. From a marketing perspective, this precision and accuracy can lead to more effective campaigns and customer engagement. Would you agree to that?
Yes, absolutely. So when marketing teams have access to an AI that can precisely understand and respond to customer needs, it allows them more to have more targeted and impactful campaigns, for example, or responses to directly creating content or engagements, right? So this level of precision is really going to help craft some amazing messaging that's going to help resonate with their target audience. So that said, they're going to have to spend a little bit more time looking at the data that they're getting from their clients, how clients are buying and interacting with their services and products, and to take that and develop a set of very detailed avatars for their clients. And the system is also going to help build that.
All right. Philip, robustness is a term that we hear quite often. Can you explain what makes ChatGPT-4o more robust compared to its predecessor?
Certainly. So the robustness of 4o comes from its ability to handle a wider range of queries and provide reliable outputs, more consistency, less daydreaming, less kind of imagining in there. Per se. So it's been achieved through advanced training techniques and more extensive data sets, along with the ability for AI systems to create and train its own data and to compare multimodal talents inside the coach, not multimodal talents, but multiple kind of professionals in there, specialized AIs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, in terms of real world applications, how do you see the robustness benefiting industries?
Okay,
What
terrific.
What's your take on that?
So my thoughts are that industries are going to rely heavily on accurate information as they have before, but also they're going to be relying that the feedback that they're getting is going to also be appropriate to the context window of the target. So if it's direct interaction with the clients, it'll give the appropriate responses. If it's dealing with a person that's in between, you'll be able to be trained to have flexibility in support of rather than full communication thereof, right? So we're going to find that this is going to be incredibly valuable, and its robustness is going to help ensure that we can rely more heavily on it for things like legal services, healthcare, even, right? Sam is talking about pretty soon hoping to see some real medical apps coming out of this, and I don't know if he meant like surgery, robotic surgery being assisted by AI, or if he's thinking more consultative personal care. But think finance, think any kind of profession. It's really exciting.
All right, that makes completely sense. And here we are gonna move to our next question. That is precision and accuracy are pivotal in AI development. How has ChatGPT 4o improvised in these areas?
Okay, so 4O's precision and accuracy has improved. Improvements essentially stem from the algorithms and deeper neural network layers. As I said, they've developed deeper layering, and they've also developed targeted models that they can then go and critique each other and see which model is
Exactly.
producing the best results, right? So now you may think that you're dealing with one AI, but you may be dealing with, at this point, maybe 100. Who knows? It's come quite exciting. I think it's looking at the difficulty of the question and the precision based off its own critiquing between the professionals of the particular AIs.
Yeah, I've seen firsthand how these improvements can elevate user satisfaction. Do you have any examples of this in this action?
Okay, certainly. So for instance, customer service. 4o can now handle detailed and complex queries without losing the thread of the conversation. Keep in mind,
All right.
I think the current context window is 128,000 tokens. That's around 100,000 words, right? That's a long story. I can't remember how many pages that is, but it's certainly a good book. The Bible, I was looking at it, the Bible is around 1,200,000 tokens. So
Okay.
keep in mind that's only about, I mean, that's not even quite 10 times larger than the context window now. If that's a helpful
Yes.
comparison of what you're looking at least a good chapter.
That certainly is. And can you share some insights into the research work that went into developing ChatGPT 4o?
Okay, so interesting. The development of 4o has involved extensive research in collaboration with leading AI experts worldwide. You can bet they're looking at open source projects and how the community is feeding back into those. And what the royal we, focused on advancing natural language processing and machine learning techniques. So there's multiple technological vectors that are being applied at the same time, but it's
All
mind
right.
blowing. It's really just mind blowing. So I'm super excited.
It
But
is.
it's coming to the point super rapidly where we're looking at integrating science, user interactions, psychology for people, and applying that to how our systems ought to respond, and also looking at making sure that we're prioritizing ethical considerations and practices when it comes to what's allowed to be put out in the world, to how an AI system thinks or operates, even though it's largely a black box. Even if they do give it a scratch pad in the development mode, I would love to see it scratch pad in production mode, but I suspect we'll never see that until they do some legislation. But yeah, just the technology is responding to the need that we're finding ourselves, and as humans, we are creative monsters, right? For good or bad, right? The Beauty and the Beast. We
Absolutely
have the
right.
need to create, and we've done this. We've created this system that is helping us grow ourselves, and
Mhm.
obviously ethical issues are going to abound.
Yes, that was an absolute beautiful answer to all those questions. It's fascinating to see the dedication and expertise behind these innovation. How do you envision the future of AI evolving with such advancements?
So the future of AI is incredibly promising. We've conducted and continue to conduct research, and we're going to, as a species, we're going to continue development. So internally, not, I mean, not just us, right? But inside our company, we conduct research, we do use cases, and we study the interactions and how it works with people and how the technology is going to support current needs and future needs. So this is just going to continue along this vector, and I suspect it's going to grow at an exponential rate that we can't even fathom. I mean, right now, I don't know if there's people alive as smart, right? That's kind of a loaded term, but with the ability to combine information the way our AI systems are. So I think the key is just going to be to ensure that these advancements are made ethically, that focus on humanity, and that we continue to develop the specialists inside the AI systems. That we maybe, well, I mean, I think the rabbit's going to be out of the hole, right? I was about to say that we make sure we maintain power over the networks that these AI systems are on, but they're already in small devices. So with Microsoft putting the AI on their systems locally, right?
Mm-hmm.
The cat's out of the kettle. I don't think there's any way to stuff her in. So the best we can do is try to create ethical AIs that are going to strive to serve and to make sure that these systems don't turn sci-fi.
Yes, absolutely beautiful answer to that. We're gonna move to the next question. That is, can you explain how the improved contextual understanding in ChatGPT-4o enhances the AI's ability to manage multi-turn conversation?
Okay, terrific. So I had we with 128,000 token context window, we I don't know. There's something I have to look into, which is how many tokens does an image take up, right? And
Mhm.
based off the current models and pricing, I'd say maybe a few hundred words, and I suspect it's a few hundred tokens. I suspect on a regular image because it's not. I don't think it's really concerned about storing of the images as much as it's able to look at a picture, say this person's smiling, it looks like they're doing this, and you can really refine a lot of that information down into a precise summary, and which you can then infer a
Yes,
lot more
right.
out of. So basically, we have a large context window where we can keep going back and forth on a long conversation. And I
Mhm.
would be curious to see how they are handling the memory management and degrading information that's useless while promoting information that's important to keep the conversation going. But currently, we're able to show images. It's maintaining those, store files. It's maintaining those. It's referencing those as it needs to be. It seems to be handling very well the memory management, and it looks like it's really able to look at a person's apparent positioning and facial expressions and get a lot of information out of it, similar to what a scientist would say or psychologist would say based off of those kind of interactions, or maybe even better.
Yes, makes sense. With the enhanced customization options in ChatGPT-4o, what are some creative ways businesses can utilize these features to improve their customer service interactions?
I think it's going to be a lot easier for us to think of ways that we can utilize it
Mhm.
than it is for us to slow down a second and say, how
Yes,
should I use this? How do I protect people's privacy and let them know what components of this technology that I'm using? So right now
exactly.
it's very easy to say to have the phone look at the person, look for micro responses, and then manipulate them into serving this kind of interest. And what do I have to say to slowly graduate this person into this mindset? It's going to be tempting for marketers, right, to do this, and for the big three-letter organizations in America are going to probably love that also. But we have, as business owners, we have to make sure that we are keeping our clients' best interests at heart, and think, how would they feel if they knew that I was using this part of the technology, right? And a lot of the times, people are going to be good with it as long as they know what you're doing, right? So if you're, I think it's going to come a time where we have to say our intent is this, right? This is part of what we want to do, and to drive it towards that section, right? So if you're using multimodal camera recognition, right, and the AI is responding to you, it's trying to make sure you're healthy. That if it's being like a psychologist for you, for example, then it needs to see that how you're responding. It needs to plan forward. It needs to know what your healthcare goals are and drive you towards that. And that's wanted, right? But if you're, if I do that, right, and my goal is, for example, to have you do a meditation app, right? That may start getting into fuzzy area where it's like, hey, Phil, I like the meditation app. I like the meditations I select, but I don't want you trying to derive a path for me for my happiness, right? I just want you to kind of stay in your lane. It's cool that the app may give me advice about my breathing and my posture, but don't go any further than that, right? So I think those considerations.
Into ways.